Good morning, online students. Here is what you need to do today. We are going to talk about the United States and give you a quick overview of our country's government and economy. This will be a review, hopefully, for most of you. We'll talk about Canada and Mexico later this week, and that will probably be some new stuff. And then we'll have a review of North America's 3 biggest countries and play Kahoot on Friday or Thursday. So, here are your notes for today about the United States of America. The U.S. flag is symbolized. We have 50 stars, 1 for each state, and we have 13 stripes, 1 for each of the original 13 English colonies that rebelled against England to form the country in 1776. So, the U.S. government. This is your question of the day, but the capital city of the United States is Washington, D.C. It is named after George Washington, who was our first president and the general who led our revolution against England. The Washington Monument is this large obelisk in the center of Washington, D.C. Our government, to review from citizenship, is a republic, that otherwise called a representative democracy. A republic is a type of government where citizens vote for representatives to go to the capital city and make laws for them. These representatives change after new elections that are held every couple years in the United States. Our country is divided into 50 states. Each state has its own unique governor and legislature who pass laws for that state. Each state has its own rights because of Amendment 10 in the Bill of Rights, but that state must follow the laws that are made by the U.S. national government. So state laws can be unique, but they have to also follow the national laws. In Colorado, our governor at the moment is Jared Polis. Economy. The U.S. has the largest economy in the entire world. Economy might be a new word for you. An economy is a system of how money is made in a country. So that's the definition there. A system for how money is made in a country. An economy is measured by adding up how many things are bought and sold in that country each year. So you look at this graph of how much each economy in the world is. The U.S. is the biggest with $21.4 trillion, T is for trillion, dollars a year. That's 21 with 12 zeros. There are different types of economies. The U.S. has what's called a market economy. A market economy prioritizes freedom and individuality. So, in the United States, people are free to buy and sell whatever they want with only some rules. Obviously, you can't sell things like spoiled meat that would make somebody sick without them knowing it, right? So there are some rules against what you can't sell, but you can pretty much buy and sell whatever you want as long as you have enough money for it. People can also mostly choose their own jobs, right? As long as you have enough education, you can choose whatever job you want. You can't be a doctor with only a high school diploma, but if you study and you work and get your degrees, you can become a doctor. In the United States, success or failure is mostly the result of a person's own choices. Because in a market economy, people are free to do what they want. That means they can either succeed or fail based on their own responsibility and their own choices. That's why we try to teach you guys good character, because good character helps you make good choices, which will lead to success in our economy. We also grow a lot of stuff in the United States. Here's a cool map that shows the most valuable agricultural product in each state. Remember, agriculture is defined as farming and ranching. So in Colorado, the most valuable agricultural product is cows and calves. So we are a ranching state. That's our most important product. Other countries have, or other states have more important products like milk, or chicken and eggs, or grains and beans, or Alaska like fish. So again, agriculture and farming is part of the economy. It's part of how we make money. Other things that are a part of the economy are called industries. So the economy is made up of a bunch of different industries, and industry is a category of jobs that people have. The bigger the industry, the more people work in it, and the more money it produces for the economy. So in the United States, the top 5 industries, or top 5 number of jobs, are number 1 is real estate, so that's like housing. And this picture kind of helps you describe what real estate is. So real estate is defined as the property, land, buildings, and air rights above the land and underground rights below it. So basically you're buying and selling land and houses. So you can have residential, which are like neighborhoods. Commercial real estate are buildings that are used for business. Industrial real estate are buildings that are used for like factories. And then there's also vacant land. State and local government is the second biggest industry in the United States. So a lot of people work for state or local governments, including myself. My paycheck comes from the tax revenue of our county and city. Banking and insurance. So banking and insurance is a big industry. A lot of people have jobs in that. Healthcare, like nurses, doctors, ambulance drivers, all that is in healthcare. Manufacturing is also an important industry, like making and selling things. Remember, industry is a category of jobs people have in the economy. Now, who lives here? So, the population in the United States of America is 328.2 million people. That is the largest country by population in North America. So, a lot of people live here. The most important language in the United States is English. Spanish is also an important language, though, especially in the southwestern part of the United States. The reason for that is that many of the states in the U.S. in the Southwest used to be a part of Mexico before the U.S.-Mexican War in the 1800s. The U.S. won that war, and we took a lot of states away from Mexico to become part of our country. There are many different languages spoken in the United States as well, but English and Spanish are the two biggest. The most important religion in the United States is Christianity. Christmas, New Year's, Halloween, 4th of July, and Thanksgiving are all important holidays. And here's a graph that shows the racial makeup of the United States as we see today. Now, where do people live in the United States? Here's a cool satellite picture taken from outer space of the United States at night. And you can see that the eastern half of the U.S. has way more people living there, symbolized by how many electric lights are on at night. Especially the East Coast in this area between Boston and Washington, D.C. has a super high population density. Remember, population density is like how compact people are living together. So the more people, the higher population density. The 5 biggest cities are New York City, which is right there, LA over here, Chicago right there, Dallas-Fort Worth, and Houston, Texas. So those are your notes for the United States. Please finish them. There is a vocabulary review at the end of the notes. So go back through and answer the vocab questions in your own words and turn that in. Tomorrow we'll learn about Canada.